Welcome back to Beloft by LipTech. Today's Tuesday, March 11th, about 3:30 in the afternoon here at the farm apiary. It is 72 degrees Fahrenheit, 22 degrees Celsius, so a beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky. We're going to get into these hives here. We got plenty of bees flying. We'll zoom in here shortly. We're going to set up the swarm trap out here at the farm. It's a little early for swarms, but I'm not sure if I'll get back here before April. And so I just want to get that done today. And then we'll be heading down to the Madison apiary. And I'll get to that tonight or tomorrow. Took the day off tomorrow to take care of the bees. And then we'll get into the backyard apiary before the weekend, maybe tomorrow night. And we'll complete all 5 apiaries at that point, make sure that they're set to get into April. And hopefully I won't have to, we won't get any bad weather. We won't have to go any further. With additional feeding. Hopefully we'll just be making splits at that point and balancing the hives out. Okay, so before I get into smoking the bees and getting in the hives, just wanted to give a quick look at the entrances here. Zoom in some. Lots of bees flying here, looking for pollen coming in. Don't see anything on this first hive just yet. It might be getting water at this point, but there should be some pollen coming in. We're out here in the woods. There's not a lot out here. So building-wise, lots of trees, lots of plants. So don't see any pollen on that one. And then we got our next hive over. And my guess is they're probably bringing in water resources. When we get in the hive, we'll see if we have any pollen. Oh, there's a little bit on that bee that just came in. And I don't see any coming in there. Oh, yep, there was a little bit. So we got some pollen coming in. And then these hives over here are extremely active. So looking real good there. And here, trying to look at those big pollen that we had coming in. There's a little bit. On the other hives, you could see them just wandering in constantly. And this was the dead out here at the bottom. Looks like we had a bee go in there to rob it out. I'm hoping a swarm goes in there if I don't move it before that time. These bees are trying to get the newspaper out from the last time I was here with the sugar feeding. So I'll help them get that out here in a minute. There's pollen going in. And then we got 3 more hives here. All looking good, all very active. So we'll get inside. I'll show you a couple of them. You don't need to see every single one, I don't think. And there's pollen coming in right there. You can see that bee walking in. So that's good to see. Means they should be brooding up. So stay tuned. We'll get back in the hives. Okay, I just want to get a little recap here before I get in here. I believe this is the hive that I used the queen excluders to put sugar through. Put the newspaper on top here just to give them a little extra space, and then I put the bubble paper here. So we're going to pop this off. Oh yeah, couple high beetles. Let's get this newspaper out. Looks like the bees took care of some high beetles here. They starved them out. When the bees lock the beetles into place, they do a good job of when they corral them, it starves them out. They propolize them into a gap, and then the beetles can't get out, and they starve to death. That's how the bees control the beetle population. And if we can keep it low, we have to redo these beetle traps. If we can keep the beetle population low, then the bees can take care of it, and you don't get slimed out. And that is pretty awful. The first time I found a hive slimed out, I was so distraught and disappointed, because I'm like, what the heck happened? And then, like I said, there's beetles everywhere. But like I said, if you have chickens, the chickens love the beetle larvae. So, yeah, this is completely empty here. We're just going to try to get over the middle I'm going to skip 2 frames here and go over one. Let's see what we got here. Looks like we got lots of honey. The bees are all on top of that. Yeah, look at that's all pollen right there and honey. So make sure I got you on there. Pollen and honey looking good. Take a quick glance at the other side. It's all honey on the other side. So I'm guessing that this next frame would have some brood on it. I don't think I need to feed this hive at all. Like I said, I've thought that before, so I need to check the bottom here and feel the weight of the whole hive. Make sure. Let's see what we got going on here. Yep, there's a little bit of brood right there at the bottom. Right there at the bottom of that hive or frame. And looking for the queen. And yep, we got brood all through this frame. So, oh yeah, and our next frame is cap. Let me another quick glance, make sure there's no queen. Put that back on here. I'll pull up this other frame. Oh yeah, nice brood pattern there going on. I'm going to flip this over gently. Good brood pattern there. So at some point I'll get these bees out of this super and turn it back into honey super. The way I do that is I'll either put, make sure the queen's down below. I'll put another super on here and then leave a gap for a little bit until all the brood hatches out, emerges. And then I might put the box at the bottom, let the brood come up, get the queen in the middle there, and we'll get rid of that pollen and stuff that's in those frames. So, and we're just having absolutely gorgeous weather here in central Indiana. Really glued that together. So I didn't finish drawing this out, so I'm gonna have to get another frame in here, re-wax these outer portions here. I'm in the camera, yep. And then I can put this back in the box. Let's go over, like the other one, we'll skip a couple frames, get over to the middle. Let's see what we got left store-wise. And see if there's any brood down below. Okay, this is a drone frame. So I'm going to slide this to the outside. All these combs are bigger, so I don't want the queen laying in there. So I'm going to move this to the outside and let them fill with drone brood later. All the way out, I think. And those bees will migrate back to the middle. But let's check this one real quick. Oh yeah, this box needs a lot of help with their comb. So yeah, they're filling this all with pollen up here. We got a bee with pollen right here. Where'd she go? Yep, right here. So they're looking pretty good. But again, look at the side. I'm gonna have to re-wax that, get them to draw that out. And we got some brood on this next frame here, so pretty happy with that. So I am going to feed this hive just a little bit of food. just to make sure they don't starve to death. I'm going to put this back in here. What I should do is check my dead outs and grab some frames from those to have handy. And then I can swap out some of these lesser frames that I don't like. Okay, so I got into the second hive here. I wasn't planning on doing every hive, but they've already drawn a bunch of burr comb. And I don't know if that's from last year or they're just gearing up here. Those are kind of bridging between the two. I thought maybe I had some short frames, but no, those are all mediums. So I'm just going to look inside this box, see what's going on. Next time I come out, I got to make sure I bring a container to put the wax in, or I might use a bag I have here. We'll see how it goes. Zoom back out here. Be back with you shortly. Okay, so I close that hive back up. They are doing quite well. That is new comb. There's a lot of nectar in there. I'm not sure where they're getting nectar right now, but there is nectar. They're getting something from somewhere. Not exactly sure where. I'm going to move on to these next hives and keep on going. I'll keep filling you in as I get to it. Okay, so I'm about to get into the fourth hive here. In this one I have the deep box, and then two 4-framers and another deep box on top. So I'm going to reverse this here, put this deep box in the middle, put these on the top if they're full, or see if I can reduce it down to 2 boxes. And then this bottom board is broken, it's rotted out. So I'm going to swap the bottom board and we'll see how it goes. The bees are coming after me. And then all this propolis right here was off of 1 frame of that third hive. And you can see how much propolis they can get. And they wedged it right in between the 2 frames, or between each frame, because this is a box I built myself, so the gap isn't as big as 2 factory boxes. So we'll get back to it here shortly. So this one still has a lot of sugar in it that I fed last month when I was here. And the bees are doing really good. You can see they're all up top here. So, but I'm going to get into separating these and see how we do. Hopefully they're cooperative and not too aggravated with me. That second hive might still have that aggressive gene in it. They seem to get after me a little bit, but we'll see how this one does. I wanted to show you this here. The 2 boxes together, they were propolized so closely together. Got some hive beetles. Bees crawled up in there and propolized it. So it's pretty interesting. But we'll keep on going here. Okay, so we're on the 5th hive here. This is the one that had the dead out below it. I found the queen. It's a slow build up here. All the bees are right here. So let me zoom out here. There we go. All the bees are right in here for the most part. The cluster. They should be doing pretty good. There's some nectar, pollen. I'm giving a little pollen patty and putting a little sugar on top just to help them along. And we're going to get to the rest of these hives and wrap things up here. Thank you. All right, so we're going to wrap this up here. Well, not totally wrap up. So we got to bait our swarm trap. But this is a triple deep in this top box here. Oh my goodness. Still probably about 60 pounds. It's pretty darn heavy. So next time I come out, I gotta make sure I bring a clamp, pull this back in, and put a nail or 2 or screw in the edges here. I didn't put a screw in. Looks like I just glued it and forgot to nail this one. But next time I come back, I'm gonna balance these hives out, get them, get the honey spread out between all the hives, so they have plenty of food. This one I am not worried about whatsoever, because this has so much food at the top. Brood in it. Like I said, they're bringing in a little bit of nectar, and I'm not sure what they'd be bringing it from. I'm gonna have to look that up. This is my 11th year of beekeeping, and I'm not sure still about what nectars are what. I know we get early spring here You know, you get a lot of different wildflowers, and so I'll see if I can get some answers by looking that up. So there is a little bit of nectar in the hive. I'll close this one up. We'll go over and bait our swarm trap, because it would not surprise me if one of these hives would swarm. Yep, this top, this cover here is rotting out. I'm gonna have to get a replacement for that one. So I'm gonna make a list of things I need to bring next time I come. But we'll move over to baiting the swarm trap and wrapping things up. Okay, what I use to bait my swarm traps is just lemongrass oil. I think I got this at the vitamin shop or whatever. Not sure where else you can find it. Probably Amazon, of course. But it's just plain old lemongrass oil. And all I do is I put a couple drops on the top of the frames on the inside here, and a couple drops in the entrance there. And then all I do is just hang it up on my post here. I get a little spike in the tree, and that's it. And as soon as they swarm, usually the bees find it, that holds on for a few weeks, and I'll put more in if there's nothing in here in a couple weeks. But thanks for watching Bee Loft by Liptech. We'll see you on the next video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Sorry about that. Got a little bonus video here. This is that bottom board. See how it rotted out, crushed out. So I'll probably replace that. Might be able to salvage this with just a simple board. And we'll see how it turns out. And then you can see this is like all the sugar that the bees were eating. And let me see if I can put this back up here. Let's see if we can get this. This is a little stuck here. Oh, you can see all that sugar dropping out in the corner there. If I can get this out, it's kind of stuck. That's what happens when it's crushed in there. There we go. But this is all the uncappings that they've done, and I'm just going to dump that out here. Deer, whatnot, can get to it. We'll see if we can salvage that. If not, I did buy these wax dipped bottom boards from Hidden Hollow Honey. I think they're out in Crawfordsville, Indiana. I bought them at the Bee Expo, and they're wax dipped. Just plywood, 3 planks put in, edges, you know, and then wax dipped, and they're very nice. I think they were $15 at the expo, and I think they're $20 or $25 if you go to the store. But thanks for watching. See you on the next video.